Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics. So on today's video, we got this 1998 Ford Expedition right behind me. So the issue with this Ford Expedition, customer was complaining whenever he went to crank up the vehicle, it wouldn't start. So he wanted me to replace the starter. But on today's video, what we're going to try to do, we're going to see if we can try to figure out exactly what the issue is and try to get this vehicle back on the road. All right, so let's recreate this right here. We have our key right here. Let's see what noise we hear. All right, let's see if we can get this. I don't know if you heard that right there. It's just kind of like the starter clicking. Okay, so I can totally understand what the customer's talking about right here. That might be the starter. But when the car did come over to the vehicle, let's put this down. Whenever the vehicle came over to my shop, I did look at the battery, and you'll be surprised what I see. So let's go to the front of the vehicle and let's check that battery out. All right, so this is our battery right here, and check this out. Look at this right here, man. And this is both on the positive side and the negative side. What I can do, we're just going to do our preliminary checks right here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hook up my multimeter, and we're just going to go straight to the battery. And I just want to verify that the battery is not actually dead, or we have a dead cell in there. So when we crank it over, we might see 12 volts with the key, just key on, engine off. Nothing. And then once we crank it over, it might drop significantly. I've seen that before. I've actually had a video. I'll see if I put a link down below. So that can be an issue, that we just have a bad battery, or the evident right here. This is really evident. Let me get you to this side so you can see how this cable looks right here. Check this out right here. This is no bueno. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hook up our actual leads right here to the positive and negative, and then we're gonna see how our battery's acting up. So let's hook that up and let's check it out. All right, so I am inside the vehicle right now, and as we can see, we are at 12.12 volts, and we have the key basically on, engine off, and we're gonna try to crank this over, see what happens. Actually, the voltage is going back up, and then it went down. Here it goes again. When it's clicking over, 12.2. Hey, finally it turned on. There you go. So it did, after keeping it clicked on for a while. No, now it's turning on. All right, let's see what the heck just happened right there. So that's that right there. Let's move a little bit to the battery right here. All right, touching this right here, and I'm touching this, and I can tell you this is a little bit warm to the touch. Let me see if I can get my FLIR camera so we can check out this right here. All right, so as you can see right here, we have our FLIR camera. Check out our positive battery post. We see the minimal heat, but then we're going to start moving to the negative side where we see a lot of corrosion. Look at that. It is glowing red right there. And this is where I was touching. Look, I'm using my hand right here as a representation. And right there, that's where it's hot. So yeah, this is going to be our issue. How about we go ahead and start doing this voltage drop test to see what happens. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to do a voltage drop test on the negative side. So we're going to do the ground side of our system right here. So we have this still hooked up, and now what we're going to do, we're going to hook this up to just basically the block of the engine. And what I'm going to choose this right here. That looks like some really nice metal right there, because remember, when the starter is, the ground side is actually going to be the engine block. So all we're going to do, we're just going to hook it up to our block side. What we want to see, we want to see low millivolts. I'm talking about 200, 300, somewhere right there, even 100. We don't want to see anything high. If we see anything high, that means that this is our issue right there. And like I said, I just had a feeling right there. We kind of messed around with it a little bit, and then it finally cranked on. I'm pretty sure this is going to be our problem right here. And what we're going to do, just for if this is the issue, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up, replace it with another temporary one, and then we're gonna retest it, and then after that we're gonna replace this whole wire right here, because that's gonna be the ultimate fix on that. So let's check this out right now. Like I said, we have it hooked up to our ground side right here, and I'm not hooked up to our actual nastiness right here. I am hooked up straight to the battery. So as you can see, our teeth is right to the battery, and our other side is going to be to our block. So we shouldn't see any potential difference, only real small. So let's go to the vehicle, let's crank this over. All right, I'm sorry for the big glare, but right now, like I said, we have one lead to our battery negative and another lead to the block right now. And we have low readings right here. As you can see, 0.01. Now what we're going to do, we're going to crank this vehicle over, and we're going to see how high it goes up. So let me go to the vehicle right now, and let's crank it over. All right, so I did 2 little cranks, and now what I want to see is what we get. Look at these 2 little humps right there. And we can move our cursor and see what we get. And check that out. Cursor 1 is getting about 1.93, and cursor 2 is about 2.20. So what that's letting us know is that we're not getting full ground to our battery from our block. So we have some resistance somewhere. Where is it coming from? It's coming from there. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and clean this up right here. I am going to let you know, I did some other tests too off camera, and when it was clicking, we're getting about 9 volts. 9 volts. So yeah, that's not going to, with that, we're not going to get we're not going to get the starter to engage. So what I'm going to do right here, I'm just going to go ahead, clean that up, and we're just going to do for testing purposes right now. And then after that, I'm going to call the customer. We're going to replace the needed parts right here. But here we go. As you can see, those 2 little humps right there, that's a no bueno. So I'm going to go ahead, clean this up, and we're going to see what we get. So we clean these up as good as I can. You're going to see a new one on here because for testing purposes, look at this. It literally just broke off. So we couldn't use this one. That was pretty much done for. Check that out. There's your resistance, buddy. This was bad. I did move the cable back a little bit just to clean it up. And like I said, right now I just want to test this out and we want to see the drop. So let's go to the scan tool and let's see what we get. All right, so I have the old screen right here. So this is our old capture. So remember, we had about 2 volts of a drop. So now let's go back. And what I'm going to do, we're not going to put 20 volts on there. Let's do something smaller. Let's put 5. I think we got a fix right here. All right, so everything's hooked up right now. Remember, last time we had about 2 volt drop right there. And right now we have everything hooked up. So one side is on the battery, the other side is going to be on the block, and we're reading 0.005. That's actually really nice. So let's see, we have it at 10 seconds. Make sure that this is working. I want to go move this to our positive side. All right, we are good. Let's crank this over. Let's see what we get. All right, just two little cranks right there. Just want to see if we get anything. Check that out. All right, now we have a little small glip right there, but let's see what we have. All right, that's a little bit more promising, but remember, we do have the other cable still. But look at this, 0.500, 0.432 millivolts. That's a lot better than what we had, about 2. And then, like I said, off camera, it was about 8. So there you go. This is not going to be needing a starter. This is just going to be needing some cables and a new terminal right there. So there you go. If you do like this video, please put a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell to get all the brand new videos coming out from Oz Mechanics. And don't forget, do your basics. Actually, CTI has some really, really nice courses right now going on. And I would highly recommend you taking those courses. There's some solid electrical fundamentals and some awesome courses and some good teachers right there. Well, y'all take care. Goodbye. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video I got this 1998 Ford Expedition right behind me. So this is the issue. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics. On today's video I got this 1998 Ford. Hey, so the issue with this Ford Expedition, customer was complaining that the vehicle wasn't starting. Today's video, what we're gonna try to see if we can fix it up. And just a little info, customer thinks it's a starter. So let's